Are you hitting record now? Okay, good. So I'm going to be telling you something I did not have the opportunity to talk about, and it's basically why our bots cannot be detected. So I've been seeing a lot of amateur programmers. I call them amateur programmers because, like, everybody have a field they're good at, right? I might be good in Google AdSense bots, but it doesn't mean I might be a good programmer in other fields. But when it comes to automations, that is where I'm good at. So when you create bots, one of the biggest mistakes they all make while creating a bot is some try to be very real. Like they create a bot that would come up on the website. The bot would use a VPS, a proxy server, a cookie, fingerprint is good. You know, they will come there, but then they don't spend so much time on the website. So some of them will go through their Google Analytics. I think a lot of people have been watching my video. Somebody told me he's been doing self-clicking, has made some money. Check average time. You discover that average time you spend so much time, like up to 2-3 minutes. So you click on your Google AdSense. So you're making money. After 1 week of discovered you've made like $3,000. The following week, everything you've made disappeared. Do you know why it disappeared? Let me show you. Put it close. Let me show them something. Now this is my code. This is my personality, for instance. You can see my personality. Then it generates something like a day-to-day activity. So let's start from the beginning of the day-to-day activity. So in the morning, wake up. What do you do? Read Chicago news. Check football, because you check my personality. My personality says I love where is it again? I love Messi. I love Ronaldo. Mike Jordan. So I'm kind of a sports person. So using this, and I'm also staying in Chicago. My tune is casual. I'm a black person. I'm male. I'm a heavy user of my mobile phone, and I work as a software developer, and I'm rich. And I'm also into cryptocurrency trading and all this. So now this is like what we call like a business skill. Like it generates what you'll be doing in a day. If like you're this kind of person that has all these details, this is what you're going to be doing. So all the bot simply just does is to launch all the things. So for instance, soft Google. Now this simply means go and check Google for something, maybe search about. Okay, I think this one's here quite steady. Let me see if there's any place where it says you should research on something. Read a few jokes highlighted. There are certain places where it could head over to Google and just search. But basically, you have a search through Google and you have a search directly through the platforms. Like for instance, ESPN, which is one of the sports platforms, is where you can actually get sports news all the time. And then if you still screw up again, you should be able to see another sports channel up somewhere else again talking about sports. So it takes in all your activities and then it builds like a strong day-to-day activity of what you'll be doing as a human being. You know, if you have this, okay, like this is ESPN here, and if I screw up, I think ESPN should be here again. So now if I also change this my model, for instance, if I change this that maybe for sports interests, I reduce all the sports. Let's say I reduce all the sports and I put in more of entertainment and or business, and I start putting something differently. Maybe music, I don't even put much at all. Now depending on whatever I set as my persona, this is exactly what would generate what is used to generate day-to-day activities. So now most times when you generate day-to-day activities, it clashes. Like I can create a persona called this person, and maybe like this is called Daniel. So once it builds up this persona, I could also have like a similar persona coming up online. So it's not really a problem. 3, 4, 5 cookies can actually be on your website at a time. It doesn't have issues. The only thing you should make sure you do at all times is to have like a VPS. What I mean a VPS is if you're running this particular code on your machine, the issues of leakage simply means DNS leakage. So you could be using a proxy server or a VPS on your computer, but if your computer has a DNS leakage or a leak, they could still tell you're coming in from a VPN. If you've watched my previous video, you must have heard of anonymity, which is how to make sure your computer is properly shielded, that if you visit whoare.net, it doesn't really get to detect that you're actually using a VPN. It looks like you're the device you say you are. So I've been working tirelessly. Remember, it's on the 15th of September, which is this month. It's going to be one of the most beautiful experiences ever. I'm going to be dropping the products we have right now, so you can see it here on the iPad. I'm going to be dropping it in the next few seconds, so you can see the wonderful products we're actually rolling up. Let me put on my airdrop. Okay, I just dropped it. So now these are the options we're going to be having. This is the starter bot. It's $200. It gives you up to $10 to $27 daily. This is the decryptor bot. and that's the Ghost AI bot, which is the bot I practically use for my own Google AdSense. So now, what is the difference between this bot? If you're using the Ghost AI, which is what I use, you can make up to $800 daily, no Google Ads limits whatsoever. Now, with the Ghost AI, you can create up to 100,000 personalities. Now, this simply means the way I created that Nokichuku, you can create 100,000 human beings or things that look like human beings. It will generate based on the activities, what these human beings will do, using your proxy, your VPS to come online, to read, to move around, move the mouse. I mean, I see lots of people create on click and their click is using JavaScript, so just click on an ad. If you do that, it's a problem. Virtually every single thing we do is backed by AI. The day-to-day activities is generated by artificial intelligence. Whenever you visit a website, it takes a screenshot of the website, it sends it to an AI model that looks for where adverts are, tells you the longitude and the latitude that this particular advert is on this longitude and latitude. It picks it up, it screenshots it, tells the bot to go to that particular place, lift up the mouse from wherever it is, drive at a particular location and click on that particular ad. So what most people do is use an expert. An expert simply means you check a website, they find where the advert is, they create an expert that will click. No. What we do is we take a screenshot of that website, we pass it to an AI image model. This image model would render this image. Now, an image model is like Google Lens. It can tell you took a picture of a banana, you took a picture of an orange, but the model we use is for website. If you take a screenshot of that website to that model, it will tell you this is where the contact page is, this is where the login is, this is where the about us is. Like if you say, I'm not going to call all the AI models I use now actually take me out of the market, but I use lots of AI models that would resolve catch-pa. It will precisely know where an advert is. It will even process the advert to see if the advert matches with the interest. So for instance, my interest here is more of sports, business, and finance. So if I go to a website that has a different advertisement that is unrelated to what my interest is, and I've had a screenshot of it, the AI would determine which adverts to click based on the interest I've set. So it will always be clicking adverts related. And now, just like I said at the beginning, why most people get banned is because they click at the end of the day. So you might create a very good bot, you're using a good process server, a good cookie, you're using a fingerprint covering, everything is okay, but you click on an advert. After you click on that advert, you log that for the day, and you started using another Google AdSense account another cookie altogether. Now, what you don't know is you have been able to cover your traces, and you clicked on the ad. Google will credit you for 1 week, but do you know after 1 week the whole earnings go? Because after a while, Google detection system notices that all the clicks you had the previous week, after they clicked on that advert, they never did another thing again. Now compare it to when I have this kind of model where it goes in between. In between means, like for instance, at the beginning of the day, check Chicago news, open ESPN to check about sports, browse YouTube, do plenty things. Then somewhere in between, it opens up my website or your website, and it clicks on an advertisement. So after it clicks on this particular advertisement, it doesn't stop. But remember when other people create their bots, they click on an advert, they stop. The moment they've clicked on things, it has opened up, they know they've gotten 1 click for the day. So in their own mind, they're food Google. Yes, you're food Google. You've been able to do everything from the beginning down to when you click, and it was all good. The only problem was after you clicked on that advert, you never came online again, and the bot ended. So why that bot ended, Google would after a week detect that all the clicks were originated from certain cookies on certain locations. But the thing is, after those clicks were done, they never came back again to that website. That's a bad thing. We want to create a recurring website. So let me show you how we do that. For instance, on this personality right now, when you've built your personality, you can now put what we call a target. A target just basically simply means the website you want to be visiting. So I could put a target, for instance, my website is not currently on AdSense, so I'm not scared of putting it here. So this is an okek.bio. Now this is simply a target website. Now what this simply means is it will always mix the okek.bio on my day-to-day activities. No matter what I do in a day, the AI will generate at least 2 to 3 times or even once that I will visit an okek.bio, and each time I visit there, I will likely click on an advert. So why it doesn't really bring any detection system is this particular bot will wake up every day and do so many activities. It could be ESPN today, some other thing today, tomorrow it will be some other different news, like it will keep on building up. And the best part of this AI model is if you have told it is Daniel, it's already keeping track of who Daniel is. It knows what he did yesterday for Daniel. It's just like when you're chatting and you have like a chat history, with ChatGPT. If you come back tomorrow, ChatGPT already knows what you have discussed in the past. So this is what the series of models I use do act like. They pick up a personality. If you run the bot for 1 month, it will act as if it's that human being for consistently that 1 month. It will do nothing more but bringing lots of activities. The target will always be your website if that is what you want, or your YouTube channel. It will interact. After it does that, it will go back and do other activities before it closes for the day. And the following day, it will generate another set of activity where it will still come to your website. So with all the beautiful things we had, like clicking off advertisement is not being done by an expert or on click. It's being done by an image processor. It gets the screenshot of the website, it processes it, it shows where the advertisement is, take another screenshot of all the advertisements and match the ones that has similar interest to you. So remember, on the September 15th, this model will be available for use, and every single person just like you can try it out. So if you're not really following us, hit up the subscribe button. The 15th of September 2023, this is the 16th of September, correct, 2023 is when we're bringing up this model. So make sure you get to use it. The website is okekbots.com, which is currently what you're seeing here, and it's going to be available. Any single person can, set up and use any of these bots, the status, the crypto, and the boost AI. Okay, is it the headphone?
Yeah, you want
Oh my, it was still very loud.